Hi again, I'm Leo Brodie. As I speak, Steinberg is close to releasing Nuendo 12. Those of us who mix Atmos in Nuendo are wondering what updates to the Dolby plugin Nuendo 12 will include. So far, Steinberg has been tight-lipped about their plans. Now, Nuendo 11 offers a solid implementation of Atmos, but it lacks a few key features. I've been mentally preparing to throw down money not only for the full production suite, but also, since I'm running on Windows, for a Mac OS computer and even more for a Dante network. But right now, I'm going to stick my neck out and make 4 predictions. Disclaimer, I have no idea.
In no way do I represent the position of Steinberg Media Technologies, and this is for entertainment purposes only, okay?
That said, here we go. Number 1. Will the Dolby plugin be able to render binaural audio using Dolby's algorithm? For me, this is probably the most important feature missing right now because we can set the binaural options for each object, but we can't hear what they do. We're mixing blind. I've been expecting Steinberg to add binaural rendering at some point, but then they released a teaser video for Nuendo 12 that avoids mention of the Atmos renderer at all. Instead, they promise Dolby Atmos Tools 2.0 and the world's most powerful headphone monitoring system. When I saw that, my heart sank. I thought, okay, if they're going to add Dolby's algorithm, why wouldn't they say so? Steinberg already has their own binaural plugin. Are they just going to expand on that and call it a day? Plus, there's the fact that Apple devices have a different algorithm that doesn't use the Dolby binaural settings. So maybe they think we don't care. But that was last week and I've calmed down. I'm thinking adding Dolby's binaural renderer to Nuendo seems like a pretty obvious thing to do. So my prediction is yes. Number 2, will the renderer export MP4 like the production suite does? This is also a biggie for me for 2 reasons. First, we'd be able to QA our Atmos mixes by writing an MP4 to a thumb drive and playing it on an AVR. Second, we could send an Atmos mix to a client that they could play on their home theater system or on an Apple device. So, will the renderer in Nuendo 12 support MP4 export? My prediction is yes. Number 3, LUFS meter. Atmos mixes are not supposed to be louder than -18 LUFS. But without an LUFS meter built into the renderer, how would we know? How would we know? We're not going to know. It seems like it would be a no-brainer to predict that Steinberg will include an LUFS meter in the renderer. But someone who seems to have a pre-release copy of Nuendo 12 hinted online without saying so that we can expect an LUFS meter. So I can't really take credit for predicting yes. And finally, number 4, Assignable Object IDs. I've heard many pros say that when mixing an Atmos album, every object ID must be assigned the same binaural settings on every track in the album. They manage this by reserving blocks of object IDs to different binaural settings. In Nuendo, there's no way to assign an object to a dedicated ID number because object ID assignments is automatic. The truth is, I love how easy Nuendo makes creating objects, but a consequence is that we can't reserve object blocks like that. I assume this becomes an issue only when combining multiple tracks in a single project for mastering an Atmos album. When I release my first Atmos album, I'm not planning to use a master project. I'm just going to match loudness across all the tracks. So for me, it may not be an issue. And my guess is, from Steinberg's point of view, this feature would be more messy to implement than it's worth. So my prediction on this one is no. So those are my 4 predictions. Scorecard, if I'm right, Steinberg will come through on 3 of the 4 updates I would like to see. We'll know the results pretty soon. Let me know in the comments what are your predictions. What features are you hoping for?